top 10 anime hottest kisses of all time. Hello and welcome back to The Genius. Today we'll be talking about the top 10 hottest anime kisses of all time. Let's face it, when we watch anime, we tend to start theorizing on who will end up with who, and what ships are better. We are on the edge of our seats waiting for the moment when the two characters will confess their feelings and kiss already. Before we continue, if you like these kind of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get notified when we drop a crushing top 10 list. Also, make sure to tell us in the comments below what next top 10 video you would like to see. And now, without further ado, let's get to it. Number 10. Black Lagoon Cigarette Kiss. While not technically a lip-to-lip kiss, Rock and Remy's shared cigarette kiss in the series Black Lagoon is something we felt couldn't be overlooked. This almost kiss happened in episode 7 after much fighting and bickering throughout most of the episode between these two main characters. They've been all over each other aggressively, and now they're attempting to apologize while in the back of a police cruiser. A bit bizarre to be sure. Think of this kiss as a reconciliation of sorts, and to some, this makes it so much more spicier. Plus, if you've seen the series, something like this had been building up for every episode before. Number 9. Sousei no onmyouji. Sousei no onmyouji, or Twin Star Exorcists as it's known in English, is the story of Rokuro Emado, who is an aspiring exorcist. Soon, he meets a well-known exorcist named Benio Adashio. These two, according to prophecy, are the Twin Star Exorcists. The legends say these two will marry and have a child who will be the ultimate exorcist. A pretty awkward thing to know as you're trying to get to know someone. Out of the 50 episodes in the series, we don't get to see a kiss until episode 49. This is during the climax of the series. Rokuro and Benio, now well acquainted with each other and their exorcist work, begin to bicker while attempting to fight the main villain of the series. As the bickering comes to its highest point, the two begin to kiss. There are explosions in the background that symbolize their entire build-up throughout the series. What makes this especially hot is that after Benio pulls away, she comes in with a secondary surprise kiss. It seems the prophecy is on its way to fulfillment. Number 8. Toradora Kiss. If you're a longtime anime fan, then chances are that you're very familiar with romantic comedy. For those of you who aren't, Toradora is about a high school boy named Ryuji Takasu. He enters what is essentially the typical love triangle that you'd see in most rom-coms. What makes it hot are a few things. First, the tugging and pulling that the show pulls us through before getting this gem of a scene in episode 25. You go through so much just to see who Ryuji will pick and if he'd even kiss them. The other thing that makes this kiss so interesting is that Taiga keeps requesting more while she's under the towel. The whole scene is emotional, intense, and what the entire show has been building up to. Was it worth it? We'll let you decide. Number 7. Given. Given is an 11-episode series that focuses on the main characters Mafuyu Sato and Ritsuka Uenoyama. Before we go any further, let me just confirm that this is in fact a yaoi series. Mafuyu is new to Uenoyama's school, and through a series of multiple events, most of which being that Mafuyu can't take a proper hint, the two become friends. Uenoyama even introduces Mafuyu to his band, and they allow him to join it. Everything builds up as Mafuyu works to become a great guitarist, determined by events of his past that I won't spoil for anyone interested in watching. What I will spoil is this quick but extremely passionate kiss between Uenoyama and Mafuyu during the end of the series. It's spicy and shows so much character growth between the two. Number 6. Yamada Kun and the 7 Witches. This anime is listed as both a romantic comedy and supernatural. If you like witches, kisses, or laughing, then this is probably the anime for you. I won't go too deep into the plot because there is a lot to it, and even more if you dive into the manga. Instead, let's get right into the kiss between Yamada and the pink-haired witch, Maria Sarushima. This one is so high on the list for many reasons. One is the outright boldness of Yamada for asking Maria to kiss him. The way she reacts is also a bit strange, as most other girls in this series seem a bit shy. Maria, on the other hand, crawls towards our protagonist and declares that she doesn't mind if the kiss comes from Yamada. The teasing, boldness, and situation makes the scene in Yamada Kun and the 7 Witches so worth being on this list. Number 5. Citrus. We've had yaoi on the list, so let's get a bit of yuri on here as well. The top rated series, Citrus, is about Yuzu and Mei. Both are high schoolers who struggle with their friendship and soon-to-be relationship, as well as trying to sort out how they actually feel about each other. You could probably guess that this leads to a kiss after the exciting kiss in the series, and you'd be right. However, one of the best is when Yuzu attempts to tease Mei about a kiss she'd seen between Mei and a boy at their school. Mei stops her teasing by pushing her back and leaning in to kiss her quickly. Yuzu is surprised and ends up squirming under her, knocking over her makeup box and gripping onto the blanket under her. The animation brings light to more minor, little aspects of kisses that we don't usually get to see in animes like this, making it all the more appealing to the watcher. Number 4. Love and Lies. This anime takes place in the future, where the government now dictates who your partner will be in order to increase the country's birth rate. If this isn't bizarre enough, they begin to pair off couples as young as 16 years old. This is where we find our main character, Yukari Nejima. From the beginning, it's very clear that Yukari has a crush on his schoolmate, Misaki Takasaki. He even confesses to her, but it's all for nothing. It seems as Yukari soon learns he's been paired with another girl named Ririna Sanada. It's this scene that occurs in episode 11 that makes the list. It's where Yukari and Misaki finally kiss, and to top it all off, Yukari's wife Ririna catches them. The scene is full of intense passion from everyone involved, making it one of the best kisses in all of anime history. Number 3. Strike the Blood. In a series full of demons, monsters, and vampires, it may be hard to see where any romance or kisses come into play. But it's number 3 on the list for a reason. The main female protagonist, Yukina Himeragi, is trying to help the vampire protagonist, Kojo, while he is weak and wounded. She cuts open her arm and takes some of her blood into her mouth, kissing the weak Kojo in order to help him feed and regain his strength. A risky move considering he's a vampire, no? At first, he doesn't seem to respond. However, after he gasps, Yukina pulls away to make sure that he's okay, only to be pulled back by him for another kiss. Exciting and hot. Number 2. Kuzu No Honkai. Kuzu No Honkai, or Scum's Wish, is an interesting anime. The central premise is that Hanabi Yusuraoka is in love with her childhood friend, who is also her homeroom teacher. She finds out that he doesn't like her but instead likes the school's new art teacher. Hanabi is able to find another student named Muji Awaya, who's in love with that said art teacher. It's sort of like two converging love triangles if you're confused. So Hanabi and Muji enter a fake relationship to satisfy their loneliness and possibly make their actual crushes jealous. They agree not to fall in love, and that pact ends if and when one of their crushes return their feelings. It has a pretty detailed plot, but with some fantastic turnout when it comes to the kisses and romance in between all of the plot. The scene in particular that we want to talk about is one of Hanabi and Muji on the roof kissing alone. There's plenty of tongue and a bit of hand-on side contact, which makes it much spicier than other anime kisses. Number 1. Erika and Godo. Campione was quite the popular anime between 2011 and 2013 when it was releasing. Some may say it's because of the plot, but others might tell you it's because of all the kissing scenes. The gist of the plot is that the main character, Godo, must defeat heretical gods who want to change the world to suit their design. Interesting concept, but what's even more interesting is that after he defeats a god, he'll kiss whatever girl he ends up with. In this scene during episode 8, it ends up being Erika. The two end up together on a beach where things get a bit more than mild. The two take on a long and very audible makeout scene as Erika is letting out these loud, muffled moans. The animation definitely doesn't leave anything out during it, even including him pinning her down and hiking up her leg. Seriously, the sexual tension cannot be missed. It takes the number 1 spot for a reason. So, do you agree with our list? Are there any kisses that you thought were hotter? If so, make sure to tell us in the comments below. In fact, give us your own personal top 10 list. If there are enough suggestions, you might just see a part 2 come out soon. Be sure to click that like and subscribe button and hit that bell in order to get notified when we come out with a new top 10 video. Until then, keep it spicy, fellow geniuses.